for all of your projects. And the two under text effects are each on their own text layer, so you can just click on it to edit the text, and you can easily change the font, and you can customize all of the effects with slider controls on each layer. So it'll be a big time saver for you if you ever use text in After Effects, and you can check it out. It's at creationeffects.com, and it's called Creation Title Effects.
What's up guys, Ryan here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do this text particle dissolve effect. I use this effect in my Meteora grease video. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out, it's pretty sick. But anyways, let's get into the tutorial. So we're going to open up After Effects and we're going to go make a new composition. Width 1920, height 1080, frame rate 24 frames per second, resolution full, hit OK. Okay, so then we're going to go over to this text tool and I'm just going to type in my name. Cool. Then I'm just going to move it down so it's center. Now I'm going to duplicate this text layer. So how to do that is you're going to do Command C and then hit Command V, and that'll duplicate it. And then we're going to go over to the Effects tab and we're going to type in C and then hit Command V, and that'll duplicate it. Command C and then hit Command V, and that'll duplicate it. And then we're going to go over to the Effects tab and we're going to type in Particle Systems 2. Okay, so there it is. So I'm going to drag it onto the top layer. Make sure you do that. This is what it looks like. So it has like this firework effect. But you can see that the fireworks are limited to this box. So to fix that, you're going to go over to the Effects tool and you're going to type in Composite. CC Composite right there. And then we're going to drag it on, same thing. And then you're going to make sure that you put it on top of the particle systems over here. So now the particle effect isn't limited to that box, and as you can see, as I move forward, it just spreads out like that. So pretty cool. Okay, so now we're going to open up these setting tabs over here, and I'll talk about each one individually. Okay, so this is the birth rate right here, and this is what this is this controls how much of the particles is emitted. So if maybe I want to amp it out to like 25. So that just makes it a lot more dense. Long activity, that is how long the particles will be in the air for. But we'll keep it at 2. Now for the radius, that gives the amount of space where the particles are emitted out of. Hope that makes sense, but I'm just going to change it to 1. And then for the Y, it's the amount in the Y direction where the particles are emitted out of. And since these letters are pretty long, I'm going to make this to about 20. Okay. Cool. So I'm going to go over to about the first part here, and I'm going to do a keyframe, and I'm going to click on that little stopwatch there. Then I'm put this to 0, and then I'm going to go about 2.5 seconds in, and I'm going to change it to 1920. So that spreads it out to the very end there. Now, one thing that's important is we're going to hit this source alpha inheritance, and what that does is it links the explosion of the particles only to where the letters are. So let's take a look at it as it goes across the screen. So the particles are only being emitted from the letters, which is pretty cool. So we got that going. Now there's different animation effects. We have the explosion one. Let's just look at this fire one. That was pretty cool. Like fire. But we're going to use this direction one. And direction one looks pretty cool. Okay, so now I'm going to change the velocity. So what the velocity is it's not how fast the particles move across the letters, but it's how fast the particles are emitted from the letters. So I'm just going to change it to 0.1. Let's take a look at that. So a lot more soft, not much of an explosion. Okay. Inherent velocity, you can mess around with this. This will make it get faster as it moves along, but I'm not going to mess around with that. Now the gravity is really cool. So if it's a positive number, it's going to act like gravity here on Earth where it falls down. But if you make it negative, it'll fall up. So I'm just going to get negative 0.1, and it's going to give this effect like it's floating. So that's really cool. And then extra, that just kind of makes it a little more varied. So I'm just do 20. And then I'm going to make the opacity down to 25. Percent. And then I'm going to change the color of these. So the birth color is the color that the particle is once it gets off of the letter. So I'm just going to make that white. And then the depth color is what it ends up being. So I'm just going to make it a little bit gray. And we're pretty much done. Let's take a look at it. So it just floats off nice and gently. Really cool. Okay, so now we got to make my name disappear. So what we're going to do for that is we're going to go up to the effects tab and we're typing linear wipe. Right there. And we're going to drag it onto the second bar. It's the bar below. Okay, so it's already made it disappear. So I'm going to go open up these keyframes here so I can use that to base my linear wipe tool. Delete. So I'm just going to line it up with the keyframes of the particle system 2. And right there. Okay, so I'm going to set this. I'm going to make it 0. And then we're going to go over to the end. And I'm going to make this 100%. Let's see how this looks. Okay, so it's backwards. So to fix that, I'm going to change this to negative 270 on the wipe angle. So that flips it. So let's look at this. Okay, so obviously there's a little bar there. So I'm going to change the feather. Let's increase this a lot. Maybe let's do 25. Maybe we'll do 50. Okay, 50, and I'm just going to move the keyframes forward about 2 frames. There. So that should be good. Let's take a look at this. Boom. And that looks like it works pretty well. So anyways, like, this isn't a super difficult effect, but it adds an extra to your videos. You can play around with the settings on there. But anyways, it's Ryan Shirley, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe, and see you later.
drawn to Canada's Harbourfront Centre, and it is look at all those ships. And beautiful Lake Ontario.
Production.